All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Robert, can you hear me now? Or somebody who can hear me on Facebook, let us know if you can hear us.
No, I still don't hear anything.
See, that's weird. On my side, it's showing as your audio coming in, my audio going out. Weird.
Oh,
Wait, I hear
working
it.
now.
Can you guys hear both the drivers and me both, or just me?
Yep, both.
Awesome. Thank you, Robert Riegel, for letting us know. Appreciate it, man.
I I literally just clicked on the screen and all of a sudden the volume.
Well, that's better. So, hey, if you just joined us, you are joining us in the C main. We've got 2 minutes of racing to go. The TQ of the C main was Mr. Brad, who is currently doing his best to chase down Joe, but he is 11 seconds behind him. He, in return, is actually being chased by Mr. Derek Pryor from Canada, who we'll see as soon as he goes across the start finish how many seconds he's behind him. If he's losing ground or making ground, we'll find out pretty soon. 14 seconds, so he's actually losing ground on Brad. Somebody who's not losing ground is actually Justin Fowell. Justin Fowell was, I believe, a lap down, then 22 seconds down, and right now I'll tell you what he's up to now. He's now just 13 seconds down, so he's actually reeling in Derek Pryor, and he's joining us from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Joe walking away with this one with 1 minute to go. We will take 2 bumps, so both 1, 2 will get the bump. We are running backwards. This is the grand final of February. Our March series starts next week on Wednesday. The qualifying will get open tonight after tonight's racing, so around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, you guys can start qualifying. You will get about 50 tries. Oh, here comes the pass from Justin Fowell on Derek Pryor. Justin Fowell won. I'm sorry, he's third, but between Derek and him, it's 1-2. So third place is now Justin Fowell. Derek Pryor is chasing him down. They are separated by zero point 0.9 seconds, the pink buggy and the orange buggy, with 30 seconds to go. While these two can battle it out all day, we're only taking 2 bumps, and that, as of right now, is going to go to Joe and Brad. All they have to do is finish 1-2 with 15 seconds of racing to go. If you guys in Discord have not hit share yet, please do hit share. We rely on your shares to grow. Every time you guys hit share, we normally get 1 to 2 people asking questions, and normally one of them at least joins our league. Everyone should be on the clock still, so please keep going. Alright, let's look lap times. Justin Fowell managed to drop into the 36.9s. Derek Pryor, 36.5s. Brad, 35.5 from him. He did get caught, so he did get second place. Joe still on the clock, but 35.4 from him. So it looks like hot lap of that one goes to Mr. Joe with a 35.4. Brad in second with a 35.5. Once they all finish, please come into the pits. Thank you guys. You guys should all be finished now. Alright, Joe, if you could hit shift spacebar. Derek, you're in the pits. Justin, you're in the pits.
Yep.
Alright, excellent. So it looks like the screen is displayed. Joe and Brad will go straight to our bump spot. Derek in third, 36.5. It looks like he did get Justin Fowell at the end by 1 sec. Oh, not even. Oh, look at that, guys. 37.9 from Derek, 38.0. So zero point 0.1 separates Derek and Justin at the end. So let's go straight to Parc Ferme and interview our racer, Mr. Joe, who just raced with us for the first time. So, Joe, if you have a hot mic, we love to interview folks. If you're comfortable with it, please speak up.
What's up?
Hey, so you're totally new to our league. We've been running for a year. We want to get to know our racers. We're not trying to be nosy, but tell us your name, your local club, and then your preferred class to run there.
I'm Joe Littorello from South Central Pennsylvania, and I don't have a local club because I don't race RC in real life.
You're kidding me.
Oop.
So now I gotta open up a new can of worms. How did you find us, and why are you even racing with us? It's such a small hobby, so I'm really curious. For somebody who doesn't race in real life, where'd you get the itch to RC?
Found the game from another friend, and now I'm sort of just doing this to see if I want to do it in real life again.
Awesome. So, what
About it.
what are you using as a controller right now?
Uh, an actual radio spectrum.
Okay, okay, so that's good. That's good. Okay, so we'll try to do our best to convince you to join the hobby. We definitely need more folks joining the hobby. So congratulations on your first time racing in an RC race and actually winning. You do know what a bump spot is or what a bump is?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you are going to get the bump into the B main, and you're going to take along Mr. Brad right behind you as well. Congratulations on your win. You lapped the entire field with a 16 lapper, so you've definitely got the talent and the skills, my friend. So hope to see more of you in the B main. Thank you, everyone. All right, so that is how they finished. Corey Tyler will be doing the points in the background. Now let's go to our B main. Let me change the banner from C main to B main. Hopefully the banners are showing up. If they're not showing up, somebody let me know. I just put on the B main session, or I should say the B main banner. Password for tonight is today's date. For those of you racing with us, if you're not qualified, please don't join our session. You will get kicked out. Okay, let me pull up my qual list. It looks like the B main TQ for tonight is Mr. Zachary Anstead with a 8.521. Zachary Anstead, if you are here, you have 10 seconds to join us.
You will have Jeremy Litke at the bottom of that list.
Awesome, thank you for that. Next up, we've got Anthony Chapman with a 8.525. So Anthony Chapman is joining us from Corpus Christi, and I think right after this race, he will be getting ready mentally, at least, if not physically, for the Lone Star Shootout that's happening this coming weekend in Austin, Texas, or Hutto, Texas, close to Austin, Texas. That is a 3-day race weekend. Joe the Dirt flew in from SoCal to build it out. Next up, we've got Steve Belogan joining us from Florida with an 8.526, so he is less than half a second behind Anthony Chapman.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's pretty exciting, the track being built by,
Yeah, have you
Joe over
attended
with
any of
the
Joe's
dirt racing.
races?
No, I haven't. I've always wanted to, but it's just not in the
Gotcha.
cards. I want to go to. I was trying to go to Silver State like last year, but
Didn't happen.
yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we've got John Blakely joining us with an 8.528. Jorge Pimentel, if you're here, you can join us too, but I don't see you in Discord, so I'm going to skip you for now and go to John Blakely joining us from
Greetings from
Canada.
the Otters.
The Otters joining us in third spot. Right after John, we're going to call on Mr. Glenn Matthias. Peter Wolfen just commented saying, I am excited for it and ready to go. Oh, Peter, you should have not commentated. You just opened up a can of worms. I'm about to commentate on you now since you just commentated. Peter's a good guy, but I'm going to pick on him for a little bit after I have everyone check in. So, Mr. Glenn Matthias, if you can hear us, please join. Okay, after Mr. Glenn, let's have Jeremy Litke join us. Jeremy, if you can hear me, please join. Jeremy Litke, Mr. X-Ray joining us. I say Mr. X-Ray because he is a huge fan of X-Ray, and X-Ray and RC America out of Dallas are obviously supporting him by giving him a good deal. He's been a great ambassador to them. After Jeremy Litke, let's take our bump spots. Mr. Joe and Brad, please join us. Joe first, then Brad. Both of y'all have 10 seconds each. Yeah, so whatchamacallit, Corey. So I actually won I think the sportsman class in my 18 month, yes, around the 2-year mark in the hobby. I won
Nice.
the Joe's, I think it was called the Lone Star Challenge 2019 or something like that.
Yeah.
So his track was amazingly beautifully done. And then I'm not sure who built the Proline Shootout. I won that as well. But good tracks. When you have that much land and you can have a guy like Joe come in, it's a beautiful track. All right, I see Brad join in and Joe join in, so let's get this race started.
How'd
Gentlemen,
you get?
yeah, I
Yeah,
got
you got Jeremy. Okay.
Jeremy in here. Yep.
Yeah.
Are we waiting on anyone else?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, gentlemen, does anybody need a 1-minute call? If so, speak up now. All right, let's get started. So, Peter Wolfen out of Houston, Texas. A year ago, I told him, sir, you are way too fast to be in Sportsman. You need to get out of there. Then 6 months ago, I said, sir, you are running lap times that'll put you in the open of A main. Please get out of there. And Peter's one of those guys that's super helpful, super friendly, always laughing, always a smile on his face, always willing to lend a hand. So I guess nobody says that to him, But let me actually pause for a second. In 3 seconds, they're going to go. Ooh, slow start from everyone. Anthony Chapman taking it cautiously. He's driving that blue TLR XC Elite. Steve Belogan making some passes already. John Blakely on the outside there. Jeremy Lidkey in the middle. I'm not even sure if Jeremy Lidkey's had a few laps today on this. He probably just came from work, had some dinner, and joined us right now.
He said he
Brad,
had like 5. Yeah, 5 practice laps.
5 practice laps. Well, no pressure, Jeremy. Let's see if you can take one of the bump spots. We're going to take our 2 bumps. The entire top 4 group running 70 kilometers per hour right now, all running 36, 37 second lap time. So let's stick with this group a little bit and pause the story with Peter. So John Blakely now taking his turn to lead the way. Jeremy Lidkey, I believe, is driving the all-red buggy, getting loose a little bit. Steve Belogan right there with them, Anthony Chapman with them. So the top 4 guys, as I mentioned earlier, qualified really, really close. So they're going to be close to each other till they are not close. And Brad and Joe, the 2 guys from the C main, kind of a few seconds behind. But John Blakely, the Otter from Canada,
Nice.
34.6 in first place. Steve Belogan not messing around, 35.1 from him in second place. Jeremy Lidkey, 35.2, but making a mistake, letting Anthony Chapman go back or go by him. So let's ride with Mr. John Blakely, the Otter, being chased down by our friendly Florida representative, I should say, Steve Belogan. He's the only one representing from Florida today. Anyway, so Peter Wolfin this past weekend once again ran Sportsman, and this time he lapped the entire field, I believe, once or twice, all the way up to the top 6, and then he just lapped them once. Finally, the organizers of his local track stepped up and said, "Sir, you are no longer welcome in the Sportsman class." Think about that. Then me, being me, the data guy, decided to look at each and every one's qualifying time and main time. And I realized had Peter actually ran in open, and mind you, this is a person in a massive city with a massive track, so we still have a lot of folks in attendance. He, if he ran in open, would have finished in 6th or 7th in the A main. But instead, in Sportsman, he decided to lap the entire field once and lap everyone 2 times. That was 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So, Peter, this is me publicly calling you out one more time after saying it privately for a whole year. You need to be in Sportsman, sir, and I know what you're about to do. You're going to go to Lone Star Challenge and run Sportsman again. I can feel it. I know it. I'm confident you're going to do that. So we're going to pick on you again. Anyways, besides that, Peter Wolfin is a very talented driver. He made a Ferrari Enzo Mini Z run the quickest lap time by a half second. If you don't know Mini Zs, that car is beautiful as it is. It's best left for collectors, and Peter decided he wanted to run it. It's a car with no wing, and a car with no wing in Mini Z world is extremely difficult. So after traction rolling a crap ton, he finally put it in the bump spot, and I believe ran the hot lap of the day in that class. He's saying yes sir on, I think he's saying it on Facebook. On my side I can't tell if you're saying it on Facebook or YouTube, but he's saying yes sir. I'm thinking he's saying yes sir for the fact that he's going to run in Sportsman. Shame on you, Peter. So much speed, so much talent. Just run in open. If you want to get fast, run with the faster guys. Or run with us. We don't have a Sportsman, Open, or Pro, or Intermediate, or 40 plus, or 20 plus, or girl, or boy, or whatever class. We just all run together, and it produces great battles. Battles like this with Steve Belogan and John Blakely both making mistakes. Steve Belogan now taking over. Battles where Jeremy Lidkey making a mistake and coming back. Oh wow, John Blakely got shafted on that marshalling gig. I know it's a dangerous step up and all, but golly, he wasted a solid 6 seconds. That's going to let Steve Belogan go. That's going to let Jeremy Lidkey go. That is actually going to have Anthony Chapman make the pass. So John, after having a 2-second lead on everyone on one lap, goes from 1st to 4th. The battle between Joe and Brad is being won by, I believe, I think Brad is. I know physically on the track it looks like Brad's leading that battle, but the timer says it's Joe. Once again, this is my laps, so it will be delayed. All right, with almost 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, let's check lap times. Joe with a 35.8, Brad with a 35.8, identical times. Both these guys are going to produce some great battles if Joe continues to race with us. He was our winner of the last main and mentioned in the interview this is his first race ever and first time RC driver. He's deciding to do it virtually before he goes in the real world and buys a real car. Anthony Chapman with a 35.6, but just more consistent than Brad and Joe. John the Otter getting stuck again on the step up, letting Anthony Chapman catch back up to him. Jeremy Litke with 5 laps and a tummy full of dinner in second place, stealing away the bump spot right now. 33.7 from him. Steve Belogan a 34.7. Wow. So Steve Belogan around the 5-minute 20-second marker has decided to clear everyone by a solid 5+ seconds. It's up to Jeremy Litke to try to chase him down, and John is not letting Jeremy go either. He's chasing Jeremy down in return and being chased by Anthony Chapman. So that's what happens, Peter. Top 4 guys are all, even after 6 minutes of racing, not only on the same lap, but we're talking 3 to 4 seconds separating them, unlike you in Sportsman, lapping the entire field. And I see you commented saying, yes, sir, I'm excited to run in Sportsman. Jesus, this is totally not working. This is the wrong kind of therapy, huh? I guess we'll have to pick on you in person. Well, whatever class you run in, be safe when you're driving, have fun, and just remember, Thornhill, have the correct tires. Shoot Tyler Hooks a message on what tires you should be bringing. I know you don't have a tire sponsor, so ask Papa Hooks, which is Doug Hooks or Tyler Hooks. They'll tell you, they'll guide you, good people. Steve Belogan currently in first place. Jeremy Litke still in second. John and Anthony Chapman having a great battle. They may be over 1,000 miles apart, but on the track they are separated by less than 5 feet. Anthony Chapman, I believe, is in Corpus Christi, Texas, and John, I believe, is somewhere in, would it be southeast Canada, southwest Canada? Do you guys even have a southeast, southwest? Where are you from?
Ontario, Canada.
Ontario, Canada. Where is that in terms of geographically in Canada?
That'd be a
Or you guys don't talk
should
like how
be
we do South Texas, Southeast, this, Southwest, that, West Coast, this?
yeah, more I would say more kind of Middle East.
Middle East Canada. I will just call it Ontario. I guess it's a Texas thing to do.
Yeah,
Texas is so big
sorry.
that we have
Yeah,
to say South Texas, North Texas, East Texas, West Texas. So Anthony Chapman is, I believe, is South Texas, Corpus Christi. To get to him, it takes me 4 hours. I have a feeling all of Ontario you could drive from border to border probably under 4 hours. Is that a correct statement? Somebody from Canada, tell me if that's a correct statement before Corey starts to Google it.
sorry, I'm driving. Trying to focus.
Oh yeah, that's one thing you have to learn in our league is we want y'all to learn how to talk and drive at the same time. Or you could be like the fast guys, they just mute me. Steve Belogan is somebody who always keeps me on mute, and his results show it 34.7. Once he comes off mute, though, he is very chatty. John
Derek
Blakely,
says they don't go north.
Derek says they don't go north. That's funny, because Derek does go north to go to the track.
All right, let me see.
Oh, he's saying we don't go north-south. Okay. Yeah, we unfortunately have too much distance, especially in Texas. It could take me 13 hours from where I live to get to the west part of Texas. And I'm not making that up. 13 hours driving at speed, and our speed limits are significantly higher than most places in the world. And we're not German level speed, but we're pretty darn fast with 80 miles per hour in some places legally. So you know we're all doing 100. With 9 minutes on the clock, Joe and Brad separated by 3.1 second, 35.1 from Joe. He's actually faster than Brad, but Brad's consistency is better. Anthony Chapman, Jeremy Litke separated by 2 seconds. They are all in this cluster of a picture that if I took a picture. Jeremy Litke is 0.4 seconds in front of John. John is now in front, actually. So both of them battling it out, the red buggy and the green and white buggy.
Yeah. So it looks like Ontario's like slightly wider than Texas, but yeah, it's like 2 major highways and then there's nothing north. It's just stuff.
That's crazy. That's funny. And I can see why John was not wanting to talk because he's got his hands full with Jeremy Lidke's red buggy right now. Peter Wolfen said, does your Tesla even do 100? I cannot answer that legally, sir. But yes, I bet you it can do whatever your truck does, a little more than that. We can test it out if you'd like. Where did John go? John.
I went for a drive through pit lane. I went too wide.
I was
But
wondering
good
what happened
recovery.
there.
Good recovery though. I think I'm in second.
I think you're in third, actually. Yep, you're in
Oh,
third. Jeremy's in front of you, and the time has just
oh
expired.
no!
So it looks like Jeremy
Crap.
just stole your thunder right there at the end
Yippers.
with, yep, by a few seconds. That is incredible.
Oh,
So please come into the pits, everyone. Jeremy's doing a burnout there to celebrate.
bummer.
Yeah. Steve Belogan trying to do a burnout. He's got traction control on high, so instead he's just going to drive to the pits. He finds the loose part of the track now. Alrighty, let's display our results. Everybody come into the pits, please. Derek said we are southern Ontario, about 3.5 hours north of Detroit. Wow, you guys are actually closer, that close to Detroit. That's crazy. Alright, so if you're looking at my screen, we've got 4 folks out of the 6 that finished on a 16 lap pace. 2 folks in the 15. These are the same folks that got the bump. Joe actually ran a 16 in his last main, so he actually did a little worse this time. Fast lap wise, he got quicker, 35-1 from him. He did have a great battle with Brad. Looks like Brad finished 3 seconds behind him. Anthony Chapman, the first person to bring in the 16 lap club. Steve, the final one, with a 10:03. Based on just what I'm looking at, our A main folks should all be on a 17 lap pace if they have a good, clean race. Our bump spot goes to Steve and Jeremy. I'd love to interview you, Steve, if you have a hot mic.
I do.
Oh, awesome. Love it. All right, Steve, so tell us how old you are. Tell us where you are from in terms of location.
7-0.
7-0. And then tell
In no
us
particular order.
7-0. So he's 7 years of age. And what is your local club and your favorite class to race?
We got Coral Springs and Millis Pond here, and E-Buggy probably.
E-Buggy. Very nice. And what brands do you like racing?
We got a little bit of everything. We got the Mugen, Techno, and X-Ray.
Awesome. And how long have you been doing RC?
A few years.
Define a few years.
I'm kind of new to it.
Oh, you are new to it. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you've picked onto it very quickly, sir. You're always either in the A main or battling to get to the A main, and today you definitely did that with a 16:10:03. Congratulations on getting the bump spot. Speed-wise, you were actually the third fastest out of 6, but your average was the best. That's how you got the win. We'll see you
I'm
in the A
surprised
main.
Jeremy didn't get me.
Yep.
My hand's not doing too good right now. I got a lot of problems.
Gotcha. No, you had Jeremy covered by 6 seconds, but hey,
As long as I beat French fry, that's all I give a damn about.
Mr. Frenchie you'll have to deal with in the next main. He qualified into the A main, so you're going to be dealing with Mr. Frenchie, or as you said, French fry, in the next main. But I would also
can
worry
hear
about
me.
Jeremy. All right,
He'll beat me, I'm sure.
we'll see
I don't
both
care
of you.
about Jeremy, just French fry.
Just French fries. Gotcha. Well, congratulations. We'll see you there with Jeremy. So hang tight. We're going to get the A main started. Lots of rivalries going. Burgers, fries, pizza, wings. Wow, I'm hungry now. All right, let's create our A main. Yeah, so I'm looking at your comments, Peter and Corey. That's pretty funny. Somebody just sent me or tagged me in a video of a golf cart with a Hayabusa motor running 2 bottles of NOS, and I was looking at how the poor schmuck driving it couldn't keep the wheels down, and he is destroying 700-800 horsepower cars right now in a quarter mile.
That's
My
ridiculous.
gosh, and he's got like a 12-foot long what's the thing that they put on drag race cars in the back, the extra wheels to keep
Oh,
the
like the wheelie bar thing.
anti wheelie bar? Yeah, he's got that slammed to the floor, completely welded on tight to
Also
make
wheelie bar.
Yeah.
My
All
wife
right.
behind me.
Oh, tell her I said hi.
She's commenting. Yeah, Mo says hi.
Yeah. All right, so let's do our A main, folks. These are the fast guys. Let's get rid of this B main manner.
Right on time.
All right, so in first place, it looks like we're going to take our favorite robot, Gary Crowell. We call him Robot because he is extremely consistent. It's almost code-like consistent. His fast lap, or I should say TQ, was a 9.532. A 9.532, that is correct. He is one of 2 people to run a 9-lapper. Behind him 3 seconds behind him is none other than our fellow person from Arizona, Billy Kaley, with a 9:5:36. The second person to run a 9-lapper. Then we get into the 8-lap club with Kevin Tyler with a 8:5:03. So not by much, but 3.5 seconds kept Kevin from jumping into the 9-second club. Kevin, if you can hear me, please join us.
Should be coming.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. And after Kevin, we've got Mr. Brian Nesbitt joining us with an 8:5:10. So the A main is actually more spread out than our B main. That's why we had such a good battle the entire time between the top 4 guys in the B main. Brian is 7 seconds behind Kevin, 8:5:10 from him. Brian, sir, if you can hear me, please join us. I actually do see you in Discord, so we'll give you some more time. When we say Discord, guys, it is the software we use to communicate. Please Google it, join us. We'll give you the link once you join us in Discord. You can actually hear us live. Thank you, Brian, for joining. I see you now. It looks like after Brian, we're going to take Joaquin Bruno. That is Mr. Frenchie. He'll be joining us with an 8:5:20, 10 seconds behind Brian. So, Frenchie, if you can hear me, please join.
Yeah. Sorry, I was kind of.
No need to apologize. Did the dog get walked?
It walked, we ran, but he still didn't pick your shit, so it's gonna be a midnight shit a little later.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry, we're live.
No worries, you can say
Sorry
that. All right, right after Mr. Frenchie, we're going to go to Tyler McKenzie with an 8:5:21. So that is actually the closest two people. Frenchie had an 8:5:20. Tyler has an 8:5:21. So that should bring in a good battle. That is, of course, if Tyler McKenzie is going to be able to make it.
Okay.
Tyler McKenzie, if you can hear me, we'll give you 10 seconds to join in. All right. Now let's go to our bump spot winners, Mr. Steve Belogan out of Florida. Please join us. Steve said they drive a little bit of everything down in Florida where he races. 8-scale e-buggy is the popular class. Thank you for joining us so quickly. Right after him, we've got Mr. Jeremy Litke, RC America X-Ray sponsored driver. All 7 of y'all are in. It is 8:40 p.m. Let's get started. Does anybody need a 1-minute call? Awesome. Ooh,
Yeah, do I get a minute to warm up?
Sure, go ahead, run a few laps.
Just kidding. It's all right.
While
I'm here
goofing
with-
around in practice, Gary Crowell is running 33s. Billy Kaley's running 61s. Obviously, he's going to correct that. Kevin, 34s. Brian, 35s. Wow, all over the place. So this fast group is all either saving their batteries or getting ready. Jeremy's just having fun doing burnouts at the start. This is why we run collisions off. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. Nobody should have any technical problems as of right now. I like how all the fast guys have me on deafen or mute, which basically means they don't want to hear me commentate. That's okay. We'll commentate for you spectators. Hopefully you can still see us. It shows that we've got 130 viewers right now. Discord guys in the C main, D main, B main, please go hit like. Oh, not hit like, sorry. I meant hit share so your other fellow friends can see this and join us. Corey's working the points in the background. Let's watch this start. Ooh, one more time. Gary Crowell timing that start with perfection. Billy Kaley having a slower start than usual. He's got his hands full with Kevin Tyler already next to him. Getting a little loose in the mid-pack. Steve Belogan having a really good start. It looks like Mr. Frenchie, the only one with a bad start right now, but he has some catching up to do. Jeremy Litke also not wasting much time, moving up a spot. Steve Belogan moving up a few spots. Billy Kaley still in second. Steve Belogan, the true winner after that lap 1, moving up 3 spots total. Gary Crowell, though, 0 mistakes from him so far. Keeping it safe, going wide there. That's where the traction is on this track. Billy Kaley following a similar line. It looks like Kevin Tyler making a mistake. That's going to let Steve Belogan up to 3rd now. Wow, Steve Belogan going from, I believe, 6th spot all the way to 3rd spot. Gary Crowell putting down some solid laps early on. 32.8 followed by a 33.7. Awesome. While we're doing this, Corey, if you are not calculating the points, can you go look at our events tab and finalize the schedule for the March series, please? We're going based off of likes first, Then we're going based off of have we ran it in the last 2 months. If we ran it in the last 2 months, we do not add that. So you guys can blame Corey Tyler if you don't like the track. Oh, it looks like we just lost somebody due to connection problems. Gary Crowell in first, Billy Kaley in second, Steve Belogan in third. Who did we lose? It looks like we lost Jeremy Litke. There is some frequency noise coming from either Kevin or Gary's side, so don't worry guys, I will mute you for now so the feed doesn't catch it, and I will unmute you guys at the end. Alright, that is still coming. Interesting. Corey, it's actually coming from you, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. There's like a weird frequency kind of noise. It's not coming when you're speaking though. Alright, so Gary Crowell is 2.4 seconds ahead of Billy Kaley. Billy Kaley is 3.7 seconds ahead of Kevin Tyler. Kevin Tyler is less than half a second ahead of Steve Belogan. Brian Nisbet is 4.7 seconds behind Steve Belogan. Frenchie is 0.8 seconds behind Brian Nisbet. That is how they are. Gary Crowell has me on mute. Let's go ahead and do a ride along.
No.
I heard
Where
that.
are all our kids?
Where are all our kids? All our kids are getting ready for big races.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Kaley was in second. He now has to battle it out for third. That was Gary Crowell saying, where are all our kids? He's referring to the talented group of Hunter King, Joshua Vigil, Greg Harmer. Who else is normally up there? Billy Kaley's here with us right now. Who am I missing from that fast group? Joseph Johnson, I believe, is in that group as well. So there's about 4 or 5 guys that we're missing today. It's either because they don't like running in reverse, which is today is our reverse fun week, or it's because they're getting ready for the big races. So while Gary's got a 6-second lead, I promised you guys I would give a ride along. Let's do a ride along. So you are watching Gary Crowell's JQE buggy. He's running the Kyosho light blue springs and the Kyosho stickers, but this is very much a JQ black e-buggy, black edition. Let's ride along with him for a few laps.
Unless he already has the Mayako.
The Mayoko. Yeah, we should get Brent Densford on here to talk about that pretty soon. Nice lines from Gary Crowell. Kind of tries to stay in the middle as much as he can outside of, I want to say, the entrance to the straightaway. He likes to stay wide there. That's where the traction is. And the middle pack here, I'll point it out when we go there. It's kind of weird looking at this in reverse. But this is IBR Padova, or I should say Padova IVR. This is one of the famous tracks in Italy. It's famous for a few reasons. It's notorious for not changing its layouts every month, or every other month, or even every 3 months. They get a layout change every 6 months. They're also notorious for being super, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. They like to mix it up. They've got wood, pebble stones, cement, concrete, dirt, claycrete, all sorts of stuff that they do not mind experimenting with. They have hosted some really, really big races from, I believe, the European Nationals to at least one Worlds. So good racing has taken place here. It is a beautiful facility. We are riding with Gary Crowell, currently running solid 33-second lap times. And while we are watching him, he actually has not lost or made, he actually hasn't lost any ground to Billy Kaley. In fact, Billy has lost 1.2 seconds to Gary Crowell, so we'll continue to do this ride along. Lots of airtime through the ramp section. Here he comes onto the straight, which will be followed by a right-hander. He should be hitting close to 65 kilometers per hour. Let's see. Looks like 64.1 kilometers is what he hit. So that is a ride along with Gary Crowell. So for those of you that are still watching, that is what it looks like. Now let's switch back to TV camera 3. Here he goes onto the ramp. In the proper direction, you'd be coming down on the ramp. Over here, you're going up the ramp. Let's look at some lap times. So Mr. Frenchie pushing all the way to the 34s with a 34.7, driving the pink e-buggy. Brian Nisbet, 34.5 from him. Steve Belogan took the bump spot, and then from Jeremy Litke, and over here he is running 34.5. We did figure out what happened to Jeremy Litke. He had a computer malfunction. He says he is totally cool. He is eating now. So unfortunately, we did not get a chance to see him and Steve battle again. Kevin Tyler, though, third place right now, 33.9 from him. That is moving, fellas. He is on the verge of trying to show his front wheel to Billy Kaley, who himself is running 33.7, making a mistake. That's going to let Kevin Tyler right next to him. We have a battle on our hands, Billy Kaley versus Kevin Tyler. Kevin Tyler around the outside, going onto the straight. He's going to cross it over right here, make the pass. Billy Kaley hugs it on the inside. Both of them going 63 kilometers per hour. They would have collided 3 times by now, but we do run collisions off. Billy Kaley on the inside now. Kevin Tyler on the outside. Ooh, switch swap positions again. Nice little whip from Billy Kaley going onto the ramp. Gary Crowell is 10 seconds clear of both of them. This is the battle to watch. We've got Billy Kaley with the yellowish buggy. We've got Kevin Tyler with the white pinkish buggy here. They come onto the front straights. A tighter line from Kevin Tyler, letting Billy Kaley cover more ground. But over here, it looks like Kevin is able to accelerate a little further into the corner before Billy Kaley turns earlier, I guess, if that makes sense to you guys. Through the S's, similar lines from both of them. With 8 minutes on the clock, this is going to come down to the second place battle right here on to the wrap. Billy Kaley putting a few lengths on Kevin Tyler going through that section. I don't know if it's the gearing or what, but on every straight it looks like Billy Kaley puts a few lengths on Kevin Tyler. We do not know much about Kevin Tyler. He is new to racing with us, but we do know Billy Kaley is from Scottsdale, Arizona. He's been racing with us for over 6 months. While we have never interviewed or he's never spoken to us, he is a friend and a follower, always giving us tips and giving his 2 cents. As he makes a mistake, unfortunately, letting Kevin Tyler go back, he's always helped us shape the way of the club, giving us feedback. Okay, now he's got his work cut out. 2 mistakes from him. That's very unlike Billy Kaley. Let's switch to Kevin Tyler now. So Kevin Tyler with 90 seconds to go in second place. Will Billy Kaley be able to put a charge down? Gary Crowell is a solid 11 seconds in front of these guys. The other close battle is between Steve Belogan and Brian Nisbet. Actually, it would be between Brian and Frenchie. Frenchie is Mr. Joaquim, showing up in 6th right now. They're separated by just 3.6 seconds. So here we are watching Billy Kaley on to the ramp with less than a minute to go. Let's look at lap times while he's catching up. So Frenchie with a 34.3, Brian with a 33.9, Steve Belogan with a 34.5. So Steve Belogan is slower than Brian and Frenchie in a single hot lap, but his consistency has him in front of him. Billy Kaley with a 33.1. My gosh, a 33.1. Kevin Tyler with a 33.6. Gary Crowell with a 33.1. So 2 guys with 33.1s. That would be first and third, Gary Crowell and Billy Kaley. With 30 seconds of racing to go, Kevin Tyler just needs to hold off Billy Kaley for another 30 seconds of racing to go. Let's switch cameras to the driver's stand view. This is what they see. That is the distance between second and third. Billy Kaley making a mistake, having to come to a full stop. With 15 seconds to go, I don't think either of them will get another lap. So this time around, if Kevin passes on the straight, he should be able to make it stick. Meanwhile, Frenchie and Brian having a great battle in the back, separated by less than a second. They will both get caught. It looks like Frenchie's going to move up on Brian if he finishes in front of him. Let's see how this ends. Oh, Mr. Brian throwing it on the inside, but unable to do so, ends up finishing 0.03. That is correct. I said 0.03. And it looks like the battle between Kevin Tyler and Billy Kaley. Kevin will get it. Billy Kaley will end up finishing 1.5 seconds. Wow, 1.5 seconds and 0.03 seconds. That is the distance between second and third and fifth and sixth. Gary Crowell, though, 12.7 from him. We do interview our top 3 folks, so if you have a hot mic, please do interview with us if you can. That Billy Kaley, I know, does not normally interview with us, so we'll go straight to Kevin Tyler. So Kevin Tyler, if you have a hot mic, please speak up.
Should be good, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so Corey, it looks like Billy Kaley exited a little too early, so it shows up as did not finish, but if you could give him points for third, that'd be great. Corey, you still there? I'm sure he's still there. Okay, so Kevin Tyler,
Yep.
back to you. So we don't know much about you, so I'd love to hear where you're from, what's your local club, and what's your favorite class?
So Ottawa, Canada, with Brian, kind of neighbors, racing RC Electro Sport now is the opened up last year as our home base.
Okay.
I've been racing for, I don't know, quite a while, 15 years or something silly.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
what's the popular class at that local track?
We're 10 scale in our side. So
Okay.
two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, 10 scale.
So two-wheel drive is 17.5 and four-wheel drive is 13.5?
It's just mod, actually. We just run whatever you want.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Nice to see all the Canadians come in and overtake our league. We're loving the friendliness. It looks like lap time wise, Brian ran a 33.9. You ran a 33.6. If I may ask, when you guys run locally, who finishes where?
Both the same. we're pretty close, but I seem to be able to edge them.
Very nice. Well, we hope to see more of Brian and more of you. Congratulations on your win. We hope to see more of you. We run every Wednesday.
I'll be here.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Park Ferme's. Where are we at? Gary Crowell. Yep, Park Ferme's first finisher, Gary Crowell. Congratulations on yet another win tonight. How do you feel?
Thank you. I'm very happy. I've got a few things going. I got this race here and having a good race at the Neo 2 track.
Very nice.
With Hunter Kane. And I got my e-bike going. I went 34 miles an hour today on it. It's pretty awesome.
What brand
and
is
I got my tire glue came so I can go on carpet.
Oh, very nice. And what brand is this e-bike?
It's a Hyper. So it's a Walmart brand.
Okay. And did you do the e stuff yourself, or did it come like that?
I did the e stuff myself.
Okay, I was about to say, because I've got a giant mountain bike, and I think it's limited to, is it 25 miles per hour? I cannot make it go faster. So if you figure out a way how to do that, do let me know.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us
There are
where you
ways.
plan on racing next physically.
Physically, I am itching to go to the track over in Caldwell, which is just outside of Boise, Idaho.
That's a 10 scale track, is it not?
It's a little 10 scale track, yes. And it's brand new to the club because, you know, how space is hard to find for tracks sometimes. So we've had to move. And I didn't really take any part of the move and things and setup, but I'll be happy to go support the track.
Awesome. Good to hear from you. Would you like to give a shout out to any sponsors?
Oh, we have JQ and Beach RC for the support for my 8 scale program, which is the JQ buggy currently. So
awesome.
How's that book?
Shout out to them.
Very good. One more time, thank you and congratulations. We will be ending the interviews here and going straight to the raffling. So give me 1 second. You heard from Gary Crowell, who finished first place. Corey Tyler is doing the points in the background. Corey, how much time do you need?
I'm done.
You're done. Okay, let me just do this raffle, then we will crown our champion. So if you're looking at my screen and you see the raffle, just know that some folks have already won. We raffle one spot every month or every week. So Glenn is not in here, Jeremy's not in here, Gary Crowell is not in here. The people that are left in here are who decided to help us out. It's just $25, and the winner will get a nice bump spot. Oh, sorry, not a bump spot. I'm sorry, multitasking. They will win themselves a $25 club race to any track that they choose to go to in the next 90 days. So let's go ahead and spin and see who wins. If you're on the fence about joining this, fellas, please do consider joining us. When you join us and support us, we get to support some tracks back and grow the hobby. So it's still spinning on my side, which means it'll still be spinning on your side as well. Whoever wins this gets themselves a practice or a club race up to $25 in value. All they have to do is go in the next 90 days, take a picture with the receipt and the manager, and we'll like to make a nice little post about that track. And as a virtual league, we'd like to support a physical track. That's our goal. And those of you that win, we hope you continue to support us. Oh, if it comes down to these two people, it'll be very funny because both of them are very ecstatic people. Let's see who wins this. Oh. Frenchie, did you see that?
No, I did not. What happened?
Justin Foel, did you see who won that one?
Not yet.
All right.
It's like
Ding.
it's painful.
Congratulations, Justin Foyle. You just won
No way.
yourself a $25 club race. I don't know if you plan on going the next 90 days or if you want
Yeah,
to.
I'm going on
Awesome.
Friday.
Oh, love it. Okay, where are you going on Friday, sir?
I'm going to a local indoor carpet track called MMR.
Awesome. Do me a huge favor. When you get there and you pay, take a picture of that receipt with the manager ideally and send it to us. We'd like to, on our Facebook post that gets close to 12,000 viewers every week. We'd like to post that, showing the track and a little bit of details about them, and who knows who may see it and end up supporting that track. That's our goal. So thank you for helping us. Indirectly, we are actually helping your track that you're going to. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Awesome. So Justin Foyle is going to win that one. Let me update my
Congrats.
page. Yep. Congratulations, Frenchie. You almost had it.
Oh, it
Almost.
is.
Almost had it. Week 4 is Justin Foyle. Okay, cool. All right, guys, that concludes our program for tonight as far as racing and raffles go. Now we are going to go straight to Mr. Corey Tyler's sheet. Let me pull that up. He's been working hard on that one. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second, folks. So if you're wondering what I'm about to pull up, I'm about to basically pull up the sheet that Corey Tyler maintains. And Corey, just give me 1 second. Let me make sure I have the right one. I do have the right one now. Okay. All right, if you're still watching my screen, you will see that our new champion for the February championship after 4 rounds with 1 drop is none other than Gary Crowell in first place with 449 points. Billy Kaley in second place with 440 points. Joshua Vigil in third place with 435. That is how they'll finish. 449 from Gary, 440 from Billy, 435 from Joshua Vigil. We've got lots of close battles. Further down, it looks like Steve and Frenchie were separated by 2 points. So it looks like Steve Belogan got Frenchie by 2 points.
Good job, man.
Yep, even further down, it looks like Anthony Chapman and Brad were separated by just 7 points. Wow, close battles there. Then it looks like Brian and Derek were separated by 3 points, and John Blakely. So we've got 3 Canadians, 359, 356, 351, all separated by 3-4 points each. Justin Foyle was just 3 points behind John Blakely. You heard from him earlier. So yeah, it helps out when you guys race, and it also helps our league when you do it. So in February, Gary Crowell just took himself the big W. In March, let me see if the events tab is updated. It looks like it is done. This is why I absolutely adore Corey Tyler for his multitasking skills. So it looks like for March, guys, Corey just posted up. Neo 2 is our first track, followed by Montpellier, followed by Cinetic in reverse, followed by PNB. So Neo 2, followed by Montpellier, followed by Cinetic in reverse, followed by PNB. One more time, if you'd like to join us, please go ahead and consider donating 25 bucks towards our league, and that indirectly goes to track. So that will end tonight's program. Let me finish it up here one more time. Thank you from Corey Tyler and my side. Tonight's
Remind me,
program